when Lamar gets going, Zach. Lamar gets going, it's hard to stop him. This Ravens offense is prolific. It is firing on all cylinders currently. And Bill Belichick just talked about when Lamar gets going on the Pat McAfee show. Man, it is something to watch. So let's play that clip.
Cole, you've always been very openly complimentary of Lamar Jackson being a problem against your team. I think, like literally since the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Absolutely.
Special.
He's a big problem. He's not a little problem. He's a big problem. And again, I think the biggest problem with him is on third down, you can put a spy on him and at least take care of the scrambles and make him beat you passing. But on early downs, you can't do that. It's hard. And you've got to stop those power runs behind Rashard and with Henry. And their receivers do a good job of blocking. They have good game plan runs that are, tough scheme plays. And once they get Bateman or Flowers or one of those guys in the secondary, if you don't have them, they'll go the distance on you. Same thing with Aguilar. Like those guys can all run. So I think you got to take care of Flowers and Andrews on third down and the quarterback and do a good job in the red area because they're going to get down to the red area. And then that's where the quarterback runs become a little bit more of a problem too. You got Henry, but then you got Lamar on some of those counter keeps and things like that. They're tough plays.
Essentially, Bill Belichick is very complimentary of Lamar Jackson and this Ravens offense. We heard Kadri talk about it earlier, Zach. This is a team that has a MVP quarterback, two-time MVP quarterback, has the best running back in the game in Derrick Henry, and really the best running back we've seen over the last decade, and is going to be a future Hall of Famer. You have an offensive line that's getting better by the week, and then you also have two young receivers that are hitting their stride in Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman, and by the way, probably the deepest tight end group unit in the NFL with Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, Charlie Kolar. And this is the part, Mark Andrews still hasn't been that Mark Andrews in the receiving threat. He's made an impact, but that's just another person you have to account for. Now let me bring back on the guys here. I mean, guys, look, essentially this is what we're talking about. This Ravens offense led by Lamar Jackson is so dynamic. And Kevin, I will start with you.
Thank you.
It's true. Bill Belichick, and he had to defend him. We still remember that game in 2019. Bill knows a lot about trying to defend Lamar, and it's just a very big compliment. He's seen so many things throughout his NFL career, and he understands what he sees is special with what Baltimore has.
Yeah, it's been incredible. And I think the thing that makes it even scarier this season is the fact that this is the best version of Lamar Jackson that we have ever seen. And his continued growth and evolution. Part of that is, he's not just throwing the ball to two players anymore. He is spreading that football around. He's getting others involved. We see the connection with Rashad Bateman. Derrick Henry is doing his thing too. And you factor all that in, and you still have to deal with the dynamic ability of Lamar, both with his arm and with his legs. And it's just so much for an opposing defense to try to handle each and every single week. I mean, that's why defenses are trying to sell out to stop one so that the other becomes a little easier if the Ravens can't hit on that. But the problem for them is the Ravens are hitting on it, where it's like, okay, you're going to try to take away one thing from us. You're going to try to take away the run game, try to take away Derrick Henry. Well, Lamar says, all right, you can stack the box up. We're just going to work play action off of it. And the thing is, teams aren't even stopping the run, so it doesn't even matter. So that's what makes it so much more difficult. I think Todd Monken has been great this season for the most part in terms of being able to utilize guys like Zay Flowers more effectively. It was a little questionable last season at times with how Zay Flowers was being used. I think it's been a lot better this season. The Ravens are a good screen team for the first time in decades, it feels like. I mean, it's been a while. So everything seems to be hitting on all cylinders, but of course it all starts with Lamar Jackson, who in my opinion is leading the way for his MV3 this year.
And no doubt, and Rock will go to here next with you. Look, it's crazy to think that Lamar Jackson is starting to enter his prime right now, right? Like that is the concern, or the crazy concept is that he is starting to figure out how to even be a better quarterback in the National Football League. And on top of it, he has really settled in to how this offense that Todd Monken has helped shape. It looks like it's become a perfect marriage. Everyone seems to be raising their game, but it does start with number 8 at the helm of it for Baltimore.
It absolutely does. And when you have what Lamar has lacked around him in the past has been these big name, prime time skill guys. Okay. What's been the biggest knock on the Ravens for years? It's been the receiving core. They go out and draft Zay Flowers, and Zay Flowers to me looks like a number one receiver on many football teams. I mean, he's incredible what he's been able to do in 2 years. So you look at Zay Flowers. We looked at the Kadri breakdown of him and getting out into open field and being able to make plays, the yak plays, the yards after the catch. He's incredible at what he does. Not only that, I mean, off the line of scrimmage, that first move as well for him being a little guy, he's able to make defenders miss. Then you have Derrick Henry in the backfield that you have to account for if you're the defensive line. And we're talking about that play again. I don't mean to harp too much on it, but you're looking at the Derrick Henry effect. And you have to account for him regardless of what he does. If he's touching the football, if he's not touching the football, if he moves right, you got to go right. If he moves left, you got to go left. You have to account for Derrick Henry, and that has allowed Lamar Jackson to be the best version of himself. Not saying that Lamar couldn't do that on his own, but when the guys around you are performing to your standards in MVP level, it's going to elevate you even more. And that's why many people are so convinced that Lamar Jackson can go out and win back-to-back MVPs, the third of his career. He has been phenomenal. He's an unbelievable football player. He's a great human being, carries himself the right way. And we're looking at something special out there on Ravens colors right now.
Damn right we are. And Zach, to close out this conversation here, I mean, look, if you're a Ravens fan, and this is the biggest part of it, when Lamar Jackson plays, you always feel like you have a chance. And to just continue on the evolution of not only Lamar Jackson just as a player in the National Football League, it's really the growth of this entire group and unit. Like, look, they got a lot of the same guys, but it just feels a little bit different this year. This offense no longer is searching for an identity. They have it. They're going to run the football, but guess what? They aren't just a run-dominant team. They're also the most dominant passing offense in the game right now.
Yeah, plain and simple. When number 8 is lacing them up, I like the Ravens' chances every single time they take that field. He is a proven winner. Look at the stats, look at the record. Lamar Jackson does one thing and one thing alone, and that's win ball game. Doesn't matter if it's the flashy stats, doesn't matter if it's gritty. He's going to find a way to win ball games. And then when we talk about now with Derrick Henry, with the evolution of the Todd Monken offense, yeah, it is a lot of the same guys here from last year, but it's a completely different offense. You're seeing Lamar under center. You're seeing the play action because of the threat that is Derrick Henry, that future Hall of Fame player. This Ravens offense we've seen evolve in front of our eyes over the past season and a half now, and it's led to this point where going into Tampa on Monday night, the Ravens are not seen as, okay, this is the team that's going to run the ball, take time off the clock, play good defense. This is an offense that you're saying, hey, if our offense doesn't put up 30 points, we're not winning this game. Hey, if you leave Lamar Jackson a minute and 9 seconds left, no timeouts, to have to go 90 yards to give them a chance to win the game, you don't feel confident in that. This is a Ravens offense that has proven time and time again over the past year, and especially over the past 4 games, that they are clicking on a cylinder that we had only hoped would come in the Todd Monken era when he signed back here out of Georgia a season ago. So this really has been just the season of Lamar Jackson taking that step, which is crazy to say about someone who's coming off his second MVP, could have been second ever unanimous MVP season for him. For him to say that he's taking that step, he's finally maturing and taking what the defense is giving him, running the playbook at the best he's ever done it. It's a testament to him for continuing to grow throughout his career, but it's also just how damn good Lamar Jackson is playing right now.
And he is damn good right now.